Icy blue eyes possess the power to foresee the future. They are immune to all magic and can command the dead to fight for them. He is the Night King, the most powerful being. Thousands of years ago, the children of the forest infused dragonglass with dark magic, plunging it into a first man's heart. As the man held in agony, his eyes turned icy blue. Thus the White Walkers were created. Each possesses immense power, feeling no pain nor emotion. As more humans were transformed, the children lost control of the White Walkers. The Walkers began their reign of terror, even turning on their creators. Humans fortified the wall against the Walkers, forming the Night's Watch, containing the threat in the far north. Until the Night King's resurgence, now commanding all White Walkers. He wages war on humanity again. The wall cannot stop him now. He rides an undead dragon. Daenerys sacrificed a dragon to capture a white specimen, proof to convince Cersei of an alliance. The meeting occurs at King's Landing's dragon pit, once home to Targaryen dragons, now decaying for centuries. Delegates from all factions gather. Cersei enters imperiously in black. As the council assembles, Daenerys makes her entrance. With Drogon's thunderous roar, all eyes turn skyward in alarm. The dragon's massive wings beat as he lands on the crumbling walls. Cersei masks fear before the beast. One command from the Dragon Queen could reduce them all to ash. But Daenerys seeks peaceful terms.
We've been here for some time. My apologies.
The fate of humanity hangs on this negotiation. Cersei doubts the White Walker threat, rejecting Jon's truce proposal, though Daenerys offers to protect King's Landing. Cersei suspects ulterior motives. As talks stall, Tyrion signals the Hound. The captive White is unveiled. The Hound kicks open the crate. The frenzied White attacks Cersei. Her composure shatters. Those unfamiliar with the true North recoil in terror. Daenerys reveals armies of Whites. Hundreds of thousands await. Only fire and dragonglass can kill them. Cersei reluctantly agrees to alliance. Lannister troops will march north. At Eastwatch, Tormund gapes at the gathering horde. The White Walkers' endless army stands motionless below. No attack comes. They wait in eerie silence, anticipating their master. A bone-chilling shriek pierces the sky. The Night King descends on undead Viserion. Tormund understands too late. The wall's doom is at hand. Blue dragonfire engulfs the ice, eating through ancient magic. Centuries-old defenses crumble under relentless assault. Mankind's greatest shield falls. The army of the dead marches into the realm of men. Daenerys and Jon arrive at Winterfell. Drogon and Rhaegal draw awestruck crowds. The Queen reveals her full might. Winterfell's defenders prepare for the coming storm. Meanwhile, Jaime began mobilizing the army, but was intercepted by Cersei, who prevented him from taking action. Cersei never intended to ally with Daenerys, but waited to reap benefits from their conflict. Facing his power-obsessed sister, Jaime urged her to face reality. Whichever side wins will march on King's Landing. Cersei remained unfazed. She had Euron sail to Essos and hired the Golden Company mercenaries. Now she only awaits the outcome. Jaime chose not to stay, but rode north with a knight's honor, journeying toward the north. Before the battle, Daenerys showed Jon the dragons, encouraging him to bond with Rhaegal, while others court with sweet words. She conquers men through dragon flight. As Jon grew accustomed, his bond with Drogon strengthened. Their feelings became undeniable. Night fell as the battle against the Night King began, unaware of the horror that awaited in the darkness. The Night King's millennia-long wait ended, with the wall destroyed. Mankind's last defense crumbled. Winter came with endless night. The Red Woman ignited Dothraki blades. The living clashed with the dead. As vanguard forces charged, darkness swallowed them whole. The flames of hope flickered out before everyone's eyes. After deathly silence fell, the White Army emerged on the horizon. The Unsullied were instantly overwhelmed. This was no battle, but a one-sided slaughter. A dragon's flames suddenly roared through. Daenerys and Jon arrived in the nick of time, stalling the White Army's advance, barely halting the White onslaught. The Night King gave no respite, using blizzards to isolate her forces. Allies retreated without dragon support. The Unsullied held their ground. Grey Worm led their desperate, covering the retreat to Winterfell. Against endless waves of Whites, they watched comrades get devoured. Grey Worm activated fire trenches, but howling winds prevented igniting the trenches, until Melisandre stepped forward. Her magic lit the defenses. Flames engulfed Winterfell, halting the dead temporarily. Daenerys broke through the storm, giving brief respite to defenders. Bran warged into ravens, searching for the Night King, but when he did, the Night King raised his arm. Whites began piling to smother the flames. Winterfell's final defense fell. Whites flooded the breached walls. A white giant smashed the gates. Lyanna Mormont went flying, watching her people slaughtered. The young lady rose defiantly, charging the giant with a roar. Though dwarfed by the monster, she remembered her oath.
Our small monk has kept faith with House Stark for 1,000 years. We will not break faith today. I will not hide underground. I pledge to fight for the North, and I will fight.
Bones crunching in agony, she mustered final strength, driving Dragonglass home. As the giant collapsed, Lyanna Mormont fell. The Night King dove from clouds. Blue flame shattered Winterfell, revealing his location. Ice and fire dragons clashed, born from Daenerys' care. Once brothers in battle, they'd fought by her side, now tearing each other apart. Regal shrieks filled the sky. Drogon slammed into Viserion. The Night King stared coldly. But what Daenerys never expected was, the Night King survived the dragonfire, and gave her a scornful smile. He picked up an ice sphere and hurled it at her, but Drogon dodged the attack. Winterfell stood on the brink of collapse. Whites swarmed every corner. Survivors swung their weapons mechanically. Jon knew their only hope was to kill the Night King, to end this war. But when the Night King raised his arm, all hope shattered. Fallen soldiers rose as whites. Their blue eyes signaled they'd joined the army of the dead. Despair gripped every heart. The Night King turned coldly toward Bran. To erase this world, he needed to kill Bran, the living memory of mankind. Daenerys took up arms for the first time, fighting beside her lifelong protector. Jorah had been her rock in innocence, and exiled countless times, yet his love never wavered. Unrequited and humble, his devotion remained steadfast. With his battered body, he shielded her from every blade. He couldn't fall, she needed him. Under the weirwood, Theon stood alone, the last defender of Bran. The Night King approached. Theon had abandoned the Starks. Now he sought redemption through steel. But against the Night King, he fell, though he fought fiercely. As the Night King drew his blade, Arya struck from the shadows. She switched the dragonglass dagger and plunged it into his heart. After 7 seasons of build-up, the great threat shattered into ice. With their master gone, Whites collapsed. Jorah closed his eyes, content she lived. Mankind won the battle, but at terrible cost. At the victory feast, all celebrated, except Daenerys, left in the cold. They praised Jon's bravery and wisdom, hailing him as the hero. Her sacrifices went unseen. She lost Jorah and half her forces. Cersei now matched her strength, with the Golden Company's aid. When Daenerys demanded northern aid, Sansa refused, citing recovery needs.
I came north to fight alongside you. Great cost to my armies and myself. Now that the time has come to...
But Sansa still refused to send troops. Daenerys could have easily seized the Iron Throne the day after returning to Dragonstone, but she followed Tyrion's advice to siege King's Landing, which led to her 3 allies' deaths. Then she agreed to help Jon fight the Night King, only to lose a dragon. Every choice pulled her further from her destiny. Now she's failed to win the people's love, and trapped herself in crisis. How will the Mother of Dragons reclaim the Iron Throne now? This moment shattered Game of Thrones fans' hearts. While returning to Dragonstone, a bolt pierced Rhaegal's body. The massive scorpion bolt tore through him. Rhaegal's painful cries echoed. As blood stained the sky, he crashed into the sea violently. Before Daenerys could grieve, another bolt narrowly missed Drogon. With Rhaegal dead, Euron's fleet revealed itself. Euron smirked at the sky. As Daenerys' rage burned uncontrollably, she urged Drogon into a dive, determined to destroy the fleet. But against Euron's prepared forces, she was forced to retreat. She never imagined Cersei would betray the North's defense to ambush her with Euron's fleet. This only strengthened her resolve to take King's Landing. After Daenerys left, Euron targeted the remaining ships. Grey Worm sensed the danger, but it was too late. They discovered Missandei missing after landing. In King's Landing,